Good evening. It is 6 p.m. December 17th, 2021. I call to order the city's IC School Board of Trustees meeting. We have a forum, myself, Mr. Delgado, Mr. Martinez, Mr. Acosta, Mr. Howell, and Mr. Nino, and of course our Superintendent, Mason Dillon. For the record, Mr. Garza is not present. Next item is on the agenda is the open forum, pledge of allegiance with Trustee Mr. Howell. Followed by invocation by
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please bow our heads. Lord, give us the insight to lead with integrity, that our decision may reflect what is right and good. Keep us from short-sightedness and pettiness. Help us make decisions that are for the good of all, and guard us from blind self-interest. Dear Lord, grant us humility to always seek your will in all we do and say. All glory be to you, loving God, now and always to Christ, and the Holy Spirit, forever and ever. Amen. Okay, I apologize about that. So it was a long day at work. On to the next one on the item. On the agenda is open forum, public comments. Miss? Okay. Guys, let me read this out really quick. The item on the agenda is open forum for public comment. Before we begin, I will remind our audience members of the board's procedures for handling public comment. The public comment portion of our meeting is available to members of the public who wish to address an agenda item to be considered by the board on tonight's agenda. Anyone who wants to speak during the public comment must sign in prior to the start of the meeting and list the agenda item they want to discuss. Each public comment speaker will be allowed a maximum of 5 minutes to address the board. However, any public testimony speaker who requires a translator will receive up to 10 minutes to address the board. Public comment portion of the meeting will allow all speakers who have signed up before the start of the meeting to address the board regarding an item on tonight's agenda. Please keep your comments or criticisms civil and courteous. Please also avoid using profanity and refrain from making personal attacks on others during your opportunity to speak. Last, we ask that you do not discuss students who are not your own child. If a speaker is seeking board resolution of a specific complaint, that concern should be addressed in the district's grievance process. District policy EGBA has been established for addressing public complaints. Policy FNG is the avenue for filing parent complaints, and Policy GF addresses community member complaints. Grievance forms can be obtained at any campus administration office or in the central administration offices. Thank you. Our first speaker is
Catherine Chapman.
Welcome, Ms. Chapman. And good evening.
Good evening. Everybody?
Everybody hear me? Okay. Good evening, Board of Trustees and Superintendent Mendiola. My name is Catherine Chapan. I am here as a parent of an 11th grade student at Mercedes Early College Academy. I have also been blessed with a daughter who went through Mecca and graduated with an associate's degree along with her high school diploma. Therefore, my husband and I are proud parents of 2 Mecca students for the past 7 years. When I saw that Mecca was placed as an action agenda item about the discussion of possible action on future location of Mercedes Early College, I immediately sat down with my junior daughter and discussed this. I asked what her thoughts were about being relocated again now or in the future. Without hesitation, she told me that she and her friends often have conversations about this. She said the move from Mecca campus at Graham was very disappointing. This conversation reminded me of a parent meeting that was held in the Graham Auditorium with the Mecca principal and our superintendent years ago about the possibility of moving the campus because of the poor condition it was in. We were told then that Ma was too small to move to, and Mec had plumbing issues and the roof needed to be replaced. Then we received a letter that Mecca was moved to 2 wings and a portable building for this coming school year. My daughter was devastated. As a parent, the concerns raised at that meeting years ago still stand today. If and when Mecca is relocated again, please, board, make sure the students come first. As my daughter told us, hopefully the ceiling isn't leaking over us, that we're warm when it's cold outside, cool when it's hot outside, and that the Wi-Fi signals allow us to complete our work at school. She even threw around the idea as well, what if they built us a new 2-story Mecca campus next to the old track at the high school? I told her, well, you never know. But once again, being a Mecca parent, I can honestly say that our daughters have academically achieved great success. No doubt it has to do with being in a tight-knit community and being at a college-focused campus. However, I urge you to please consider now and how any decisions you make about the relocation will affect all Mecca students and their continued academic success. And that you be transparent with us, Mecca parents, about the future of our children who attend Mecca. Another parent-student campus meeting to further discuss this would be very welcomed. Thank you for your time. God bless you.
Next person is Yesenia Colunga.
Good evening, ma'am, and welcome.
My name is Yesenia Colunga. I have 3 kids. One of them has graduated from Mercedes-Early College, and 2 of them are currently in Mercedes-Early College. As a parent, I'm very involved, and I've been involved in Mecca for the past 18 years. I've noticed a significant change in the environment that surrounds my children every day that they go to school. Mecca was not only a school, it was a family. The kids there were treated as adults. The staff and the teachers know their kids by name, and they're not just students. They had freedom and independence. However, all of that has been taken away from them since they moved to the high school. My daughter is a senior, and she says the past 5 months have been very hard for her. They have been stripped from everything they have been used to and everything they know. They are constantly being harassed by security guards, teachers, and sometimes high school students only because they are Mecca students. As a parent, I would like for Mecca to have their own building, not because I feel they are better than high school, but because I feel the atmosphere and environments are not appropriate for Mecca students. Before this move, they attempted to move them to Mecca. They attempted to move them from Mecca to Mom, but decided that they couldn't because the building was too small. Then the pandemic happened, and the students were out for 1.5 years, and we got a letter saying they were moving to high school, but they were going to be separate from high school, that they would not have nothing to do with high school. The first day of school, there was issues, and since that day, there have been issues. Mecca deserves their own building, not because they are better than high school, but because their environment and their academics. These kids work really hard, and they're not just high school, they're college kids as well. Please take that into consideration when y'all are planning to move them.
Thank you.
Jocelyn Colunga.
Good evening, and welcome.
Hello, my name is Jocelyn Colunga. I'm a senior at Mecca, and so when we found out we were moving to the high school, I felt completely blindsided because we had had a meeting prior. We had stated our grievances, we had stated our concerns, and as students, we had made it very clear that we did not want to be moved to the high school. And I want to emphasize that Mecca, as a school, as students, we do not feel that we are superior to high school, and we do not hate them, and we do not have anything against the students. It's just that our environment and the education is different. For the most part, MECA students do go to college, and so we are treated as adults, and we are given different responsibilities and different assignments, and everything is different. And we were given freedom. However, at the high school, we are constantly harassed by security guards for going to the bathroom, for trying to go to lunch from one building to the other, from trying to go to bathrooms in the portables. And then they get mad at us for not knowing the proper protocols that come with hall passes and, certain bell schedules and stuff like that, when that's not our fault. And as a senior, I have had multiple conversations with my friends about where we would move and possibilities and different things that we can do. And we've thrown around ideas, and I understand that money is tight and that there's not always things you can do, but I do ask that if you are considering the relocation of Mecca for future or next semester or however that works, that next time please ask for our opinion and please ask for our comment, because I understand that y'all are the adults in the situation, but at the end of the day, we are the ones who are affected, and we are the ones who have to deal with your choices every single day. And I know that on the first day of school there were a lot of issues with drop off and pick up and and all that stuff, and that's that was expected because it was new and it was the first day. However, some of those issues, they still do stand. And I have a younger sister, and she's constantly coming home and she's like, "You lied to me. You told me that at Mecca it was like this, and y'all would do fun things, and that y'all were a family, and you would do this." And it's like, because that's how we were. That's how it used to be. However, it's not like that anymore. And Mecca was a family, and we're really close together. Everyone was extremely supportive of one another. However, these past 5 months, I have felt so disconnected from my senior class, from the underclassmen, from my teachers, from my staff. I never see anyone, and if I ask for permission to go see a teacher, I'm not allowed. Like, we're not allowed to leave our classrooms. We're not allowed to walk in the hallways. It's very it feels like a prison, it's very, very, very tight. And I do feel that Mecca deserves their own building, not because we are superior to high school students, but because our education is different. And it is because we are mainly college. But with that being said, I also want to stress that I am a culinary student, and I am extremely blessed to have been in the program these past 5 months, and I'm hoping to continue being in the program these next months to come. And I do want to stress that I'm not sure if MEC is an option for MECA to be moved here, but if it is, and you do think about moving us here, that culinary gets to keep their facility, because it's not fair if MECA gets one thing and culinary loses the other. So I do ask that if we are moved here, that culinary gets to keep their state-of-the-art facility, or you move them somewhere else, make them something new, but that the program gets to continue for future classes and stuff like that. So thank you for your time, and I hope that we are involved in the next decision when you decide if and when you decide to relocate Mecca.
Thank you. Good evening, ma'am, and welcome.
Good evening. Good afternoon. My name is Adela Gonzalez, a culinary arts teacher here at Mercedes ISD. I come before you today with the concern of item number 1 under governance in your agenda. As you know, the Culinary Arts Center is located here in the District Administrative Building. Making the decision for Mecca to move to the Administrative Building, what is to happen to the Culinary Arts Program? Before you make a decision, I would like for you to consider the following. Mercedes ISD Culinary Arts Program success is due to the state-of-the-art facility, which is a 1 of 4 in the Valley for students to learn real-world skills and can get an insight to post-secondary education in the field of hospitality and culinary arts. The program's success can also be attributed to the student and industry demand. This is why our district has invested hundreds and thousands of dollars to get this program off the ground. The facility was crafted for the purpose of teaching a culinary arts program. This program is an asset to our district as it generates its self-sustaining budget. Without this facility, the culinary arts program would become obsolete, as it can only be taught in this type of setting. Students are trained and taught in an appropriate setting that prepares them for the skills they need to succeed. Because students from Mercedes Early College are housed at the high school, this has allowed early college students to be able to be part of the culinary arts program. It would be a great shame to lose this program that gives so much to our students as well as our district. Please consider the importance of this program. On a personal note, as a teacher of this program, I believe in our district and what it has to offer our students. My dedication to this program and district goes beyond question. But I have the right to know, and I do ask, what will happen to the culinary arts program and what will happen to my position as a culinary arts teacher if there is no program to teach? I hope you will consider making the best decision for our students and our district. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Good evening, ma'am, and welcome.
Good evening. Mr. Hernandez, Board President, Board members, Ms. Mendiola, our community. My name is Cynthia Quintana and I am an English teacher at Mercedes Early College Academy. I have had the honor of educating and serving for Mercedes for nearly 30 years. I have taught at Mecca for nearly 7 years and at Mercedes High School for 23 years. I come to you tonight to advocate for the relocation of Mercedes Early College. Mercedes Early College has strived for excellence in education and has achieved numerous recognitions. For example, the Texas Honor Roll in 2017, 2018, 2019, National Silver Ranking for Best High School in the U.S. 2019, 2020, 2021, and in 2021, the Gold Award for College Success. And in 2021, the City of Mercedes proclaimed November 16th as the Mercedes Early College Day in recognition of its contribution to the community. Mercedes Early College has created an atmosphere where students feel respected, cared for, and welcome. They have a sense of belonging, but most importantly, they feel they matter. A place where they do not need to feel stressed or feel anxious about being bullied, harassed, or singled out. Where they know the expectations are high and doing your best and being your best is the norm. I strongly believe that this has been one of the major factors for the success at Mecca. Due to change of location, Mecca has faced many challenges. Challenges that can jeopardize the excellence in education we so fervently work for. The number one challenge is space. Halls are crowded during passing periods. Some classrooms lack ample space to conduct class. There is nowhere to store supplies, nowhere to meet for assemblies or to have grade level meetings. There is no space to house our library, no space to conduct teacher-parent meetings, conferences without having to replace someone from their office, and we don't have enough parking. Another challenge is safety. When it rains, some of the rooms in the gym room are affected by leaks in the roof. The entrance to the portable building is too far and too restricted. There are uneven floors in the portable building, and when it rains, moisture collects underneath, which is causing floor tiles to lift. There are no cameras in the portable building to monitor safety concerns. A third challenge is that of facilities. We have only one bathroom site location for our students, which is in the portable building. We have only one lunch period, and all our students are packed into the cafeteria. The fourth challenge is atmosphere. The atmosphere is not conducive to the positive and safe environment that our students are used to. Our students are used to a more relaxed environment, free from distractions. Mecca would like to thank the high school for allowing us to use part of their school. I know they too feel the impact the move has caused. We are literally bursting at the seams. Mecca needs their own school. some place to call their own. The students, faculty, staff, administrators deserve a place to house students whose parents have entrusted us with their child's education. We need to continue to have a strong academic environment in order to continue to flourish and make Mercedes proud. Wouldn't it be nice to know you made a difference in the lives of so many students' dreams, hopes, aspirations by giving Mecca somewhere to call home? Thank you for your time and your service to our community. Happy holidays to you and your family. God bless.
Thank you.
Next is Debbie Winslow.
Good evening.
Good evening, Board President Hernandez, school board members and superintendent of schools, Ms. Mendiola, and community members. I'll be referencing item number 1 under governance of the agenda. This is a major concern on behalf of the CTE department in regards to the relocation of MECA students and the impact that it will have on our CTE program and courses. When we look at the enrollment numbers of the school year in comparison to last year at MECA, we can see that there is a positive correlation between the number of students enrolled in CTE courses. This year we had 77 students enrolled in the following courses: anatomy, welding, 6 kids for the first time ever, animal science, principles of education, health science, culinary arts. We had 4 students this year compared to none ever, and law enforcement, generating $110,000, $618.78 versus 42 from last year that were taught medical classes virtual only, and were not allowed the hands-on experience, generating $52,538.79. Having both campuses under one building or one area gives an opportunity for CT programs to excel, but also allows the students the opportunity to have these courses available to them without any travel or time restriction. 45 minutes are required for year-long classes and 90 minutes for modified block classes per hour. So if the course is a 1 hour, 2 hour, or 3 hour class, that's how much time you need to have, as per TEA for credit and funding. Furthermore, the displacement of the MECA over to the central office building will jeopardize the future of the culinary arts program. It will be a shame to see this program go due to the loss of a state-of-art facility. Mercedes ISD has invested $98,221.33 just in the program in that one room into this culinary arts center 3.5 years ago. Mercedes ISD CTE department has worked diligently, placed much effort into the creation of this program. CTE students have been able to take advantage of these opportunities, earning Serve Safe Manager and Food Handler certifications, and have participated in many events that also give back to MISD. This year was the first year that MECA students were able to be a part of Culinary Arts Center and the Culinary Art Program. This program generated money to pay for itself, and the Culinary Arts Center will generate $122,317.63 for the 21-22 school year. Mercedes is competing with other school districts for enrollment and being one of 4 with the best. We have the best, guys. Culinary Arts Center in the Valley, which does attract students to our school district. We also need to keep in mind that all students have the right to CTE classes and should not be restricted due to travel or time restriction. I would like for you to take this into consideration when contemplating what is the best decision for our students. Thank you for your time. Happy holidays.
Thank you, ma'am.
Brenda Vasquez.
Good evening and welcome.
Good evening. I didn't prepare anything, but I have a freshman at Mercedes Early College. I substitute for the district as well, and I can tell you the environment that y'all have placed the kids in is horrible. My daughter comes home complaining of fights in front of her at the high school. Since the very first day of school, I have to take her lunch every single day. I'm there at 11:45, and I don't leave until 12:30 because she's afraid to take her mask off because the cafeteria is so crowded. They promised me that they were going to have space. They were not going to be with the high school. They have lunch with high school every day. My daughter cannot walk down the hallway and feel safe. She suffers from anxiety and secondary post-traumatic stress. Her anxiety has skyrocketed since you moved them to the high school. It is horrible. And if she was here to tell you herself, it would sound like a horror story. It would sound like a horror story. I have substituted at Mecca when they were at Gun. It was the most wonderful environment. The kids were so respectful. They had manners. They did not say, "Oh, I'm going to go to the bathroom and we'll walk the hall." No, they went to the bathroom, came back. They would walk in, and it was like, "Guys, your work is on Google, on your Google." They would all grab their laptops, do their work. None of them were fighting, cursing, none of that. At the high school, the kids are walking the hallway, the security guards are constantly getting mad at them, and my daughter is constantly getting yelled at or they get after her because she goes to the bathroom without a pass. The teacher doesn't give her one, and it's just never been done. At early college, you were going to the bathroom, go to the bathroom. There was no pass, there was no, we didn't trust you. The teachers trusted the students trusted the teachers to have their back, teach them what they needed to teach them, and get them on their way to getting an associate's degree, and that's what Mecca is. They are college students, and they don't deserve their own campus because they're superior, they're better, or they're more exemplary than the other students. They deserve their own campus because they deal with more stuff. These kids are dealing with what 18, 19, 20-year-olds are dealing with at STC right now. They have to do that and their high school classes. They have so much on their plate that seeing a fight in front of them over something petty, it shouldn't be in their area. They shouldn't be getting harassed for going to the bathroom. They're getting harassed, and it's just taking more time out of their day to go back and finish what they need to finish. They deserve their own campus because they deal with so much more than just the high school students do. They deal with so much more. They deal with college. They deal with the stress of getting the college work and their high school work and dealing with the professors that sometimes aren't on campus. So they can't just go to a teacher and say, "Hey, what do I do here? What do I go here? What do I know?" They have to email their teachers. They have to speak to professors. If you take anything from what I'm telling you, these students deserve their own campus because they are doing double the work, high school and college. They, like my niece said, Jasmine Colunga is my niece. They were a family. They all talked to each other. It wasn't, "Oh, you're a freshman, we don't talk to you." No. The seniors would tell the freshmen, "Hey, this is going to be hard, but you can do it. You know, if you need help, I've got your back." They all tried to help each other. It was not, "You're a freshman, I'm a sophomore, don't talk to me." No, they were all united. And right now, it's not like that because they have them in portable buildings that are breaking down. You talk about the roof being needed to fix. You move them to a building where they still need to fix the roof. They still need to do all of that stuff. So you didn't do them any better. You didn't do them any better because you moved them for them to have a better space for them to learn, but water's still falling on their heads. So what did you moving them accomplish? I believe that my daughter would be in a better environment if they had their own school, because Ms. Venencia is a type of principal that does not take any slack from any of the kids. She is a very good principal. She's exemplary at her job. She has always put the kids first, and even though she has hundreds of kids, she knows all of their names. She knows all of their names, and she makes them all feel comforted. She will go out of her way to get them to class. She didn't know my daughter on the very first day of school, but she was lost, and she took time out of her day to take my daughter to where she needed to be. And when I saw that Mecca, I saw that every single day. She was busy, but if a student asked her a question, she took time out of her day to answer them, to be there for them, to make them feel that she heard them and they were heard. And at the high school, they get harassed by nothing but security guards and people thinking that they're doing something wrong, like the high school students, when they're not high school students, they're early college. So think about that to move it.
Thank you.
Lawrence Sevna.
Good evening, and welcome.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, Board of Trustees and Superintendent Mendiola. Tonight, I hope we find you in good spirits and best of health. And under the current circumstances in this world, may the Lord be with us. My purpose for speaking to you is to advocate for the relocation and removal of Mercedes Early College from the high school campus. From the get-go, placing an established school onto another campus was a bad idea. First of all, and perhaps not due to the actions of this current board, the problems occurring at that campus may not be your fault. From the onset, this decision lacked input from the community, parents, students, and staff. The decision to move was made behind closed doors and lacked transparency, lending itself to the confusion and eventual distrust of the previous board. Mercedes is engaging in a bad practice, and that is trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. First, at Harrow Middle School, there is still the inequity, equality opportunities, lack of equal opportunities for those students compared to their peers at Chacon Middle School. Trying to fit a middle school into an elementary campus continues to have its challenges. There is still the absence of a suitable and comparable band hall, gymnasium, athletic facilities, and most importantly, the absence of a science facility in compliance with the guidelines of TA. Then, we are accommodating a central office facility into an elementary campus. Again, making the best of the situation, but still not equipped and intended for that purpose. And then we have a successful campus being imposed on a campus with its own academic challenges. I may be biased in my approach. My daughter, a 2017 graduate of Mercedes Early College, had just passed her 22nd birthday, graduated last week with her master's, and my son, a 2020 graduate of Early College, is surpassing all expectations at UTSA, a 19-year-old senior making the president's list. And they both, along with many ex-students of Early College, attribute their successes to their experience of attending an independent campus equivalent to a college environment. And I will tell you something to your face that is being said behind your back. Mercedes Early College Academy does not want to be there, and Mercedes High School does not want them there. You know, with the successes of my kids, I generally give them what they ask for in order to be successful. And I believe that the successes of Mercedes Independent School District rise on the coattails of Mercedes Early College, so I would listen to what they want. On another note, me and my family have been part of this city and school since the early 1960s. We've been directly involved with this city and with this school district. That's going to come to an end here. We have been in the process and eventually make a move, a permanent move, to another community outside of the valley. I also want to commend my wife, who is retiring at the end of this month after 29 years of service in the public schools, the last 20 of them being here at Mercedes. I'm very proud of her. She worked at Mercedes early college, and she'd always come home with a smile. She loved it there. You can't say the same about it nowadays. Please take the time to consider what is best for the kids and what is best overall for the community. Thank you.
Thank you.
And happy holidays.
Good evening, my name is Jaime Castañeda. I'm here to advocate for the students at Mercedes ISD and for the students at Early College. I think placing them in a portable, it's a wrong decision. We all know what happened at Harold Middle School when students were placed there. We had a previous employee at Mercedes ISD that molested children, and those portables are not safe. When there's no cameras out there in those facilities, we're exposing our children out there, the students out there. I think it's time to make the right decision. This building has been remodeled and there's enough space to have those children accommodated here, then why not have them here? Why continue to have them in portables? Why continue to hear parents complain about this because you all actually make the right decisions for them? You all need to stop being selfish and start putting the kids as your priority. That should be your number one focus out there. The students should come first before anything else. Accommodation, safety should be the priority as well. And I remind you that over there at Harold Middle School, we still have kids with trauma that are still going through hard times because a previous administration and previous employee molested kids there. How embarrassing. This building was built as a campus to hold students. It wasn't built for central office to accommodate our superintendent, to accommodate staff, and her administration. If you need accommodation, put yourself in a portable. But this is a campus, not central office. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Okay, that concludes the open forum public comments. Moving on the action agenda. A, discussion and possible action on the future location of Mercedes Early College High School and/or district administrative offices.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
I'd like to make a motion to deviate from the agenda to address item A, the executive.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. Any second?
I'll second.
We have a second from Mr. Martinez. We have a motion on the floor. Motion.
Mr. Hall, after executive, or we can address it after executive?
After, yes, sir.
Okay, so we have a motion from Mr. Howell, second from Mr. Martinez. Any discussion, guys?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, is this discussion having to do with anything with legal, or, you know, what is the purpose of having it in executive, if you can elaborate a little bit?
Yes, sir. Legal service.
Okay. You know, basically what I'd like, Mr. Chairman, is to be able to address the audience and the constituents, because I know that we're holding this meeting. I don't know how long executive will take, but I think it's important to say a few words regarding this issue before we.
Sure, fair enough, but let's talk to legal because there's a motion on the floor and.
So, based on the verbiage of the motion, this agenda item will be addressed after executive. The agenda item's not going anywhere. It's just we're going to conduct executive session pursuant to the agenda
So then the motion is not to discuss this item in executive.
That's not the way
The motion is to go to executive.
if they need to ask me legal questions pertaining to this item, that can certainly be discussed in executive regardless of whether it happened after this motion wasn't made or based on, the language of this motion. I can still answer the question regardless.
Well, I just feel the community's here and, you know, I don't see why we wouldn't be able to discuss it, but so be it.
Any more discussion? Okay, no discussion, and we have a motion from Mr. Howell and a second by Mr. Eden. All in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Aye.
Okay, it is, 4-2, the motion passes. Okay, moving to executive session A, personnel pursuant to section 551.074 of the government, Texas Government Code and Attorney Consultation pursuant to section 551.071 of the Texas Government Code. 1, resignation, termination, appointments, evaluation, reassignments, duties and discipline, professional, paraprofessional, and non-contract employees. Teacher substitutes, for maintenance, transportation, and cafeteria requirements. It is 6:42. We are in executive session.